sky. Get up, get up.
Highlights of the men's surf race. We've already seen the women do it, the men just a little bit faster. A similar start where positioning is everything, and then it becomes trying to find the feet and get a free ride. At the finish, two men battling it out, and it was a great race between the local favorite, Rodney Fentress, who was in the lead, and Tom O'Neill from Reese Park on Long Island in New York. Tom O'Neill second. Fentress thought he had the local hero win, but guess what? Tom O'Neill says it isn't over until it's over. He gets by right at the line and takes the surprise win over a very surprised Rodney Fentress. O'Neill's teammate Pat Kilgallen rounds out your top three. The men's International Ironman final. A lot of names to take note of in here, including from Destin, Cooper Halligan, as well as Ryan Matthews from LA County, Brian Murphy, also from LA County, but keep your eyes on Matt Nunnally from Monmouth. He's been competing for over 2 decades and still in the mix for national championships.
You're in the hands of the starter. Competitors ready.
Oliver Puttick from Destin, closest to the camera, the black and white striped hat. Throughout these races, we've seen the instance where some guys will actually run further down the beach to try to get a better angle on the swim flags. They will have to go around all the flags out at sea, make their way in, and then they will transition exactly like the women. They will transition to the board. You would expect the top swimmers of the field, including guys like Tom O'Neill, to get out in front, and that's exactly what he has done right here.
Being from New York, it's not the most typical place you'd think of surf lifesaving. You'd think LA, Southern California, that kind of thing. So when, my teammates and I, when we train, we kind of talk about, hey, let's show those LA guys what the East Coast guys have to offer.
That's been a motivation for a lot of East Coast guys over the decades. O'Neill staying true to his promise out in front, but that was his strongest leg of this 3-leg event. He'll try now to hold on. Cooper Halligan from Destin, actually from New Zealand, but working in the panhandle of Florida this summer. He's very good at the craft events, the paddleboard and the surf ski, so he has to be very happy. That's Brian Murphy, who has won so many national titles, as well as Matt Nunnally from Monmouth County coming through right now. Your top 4, incredibly experienced. Tom O'Neill, well, they're both prone paddling at the moment. Cooper Halligan on the right-hand side of the screen, Tom O'Neill on the left. Brian Murphy eventually should pop up onto his knees because he knows that's his best chance to help close this gap. Without question, this is his strongest of the 3 disciplines. And at the moment, Halligan has now been able, as they come into shore, to distance, but that sweep was clearly evident. Ryan Matthews, another strong paddleboarder, doing his best to stay in the mix for a top performance. Another look at that double-armed, powerful stroke. Tom O'Neill has closed the gap on Halligan, even though he jumped off a little awkwardly. It now is a switch of positions. Cooper Halligan from Destin in first, Tom O'Neill from Reese Park in second, and O'Neill maybe some foreshadowing, not sure who's chasing him. He looks over his right shoulder. This guy definitely is. Brian Murphy from LA County, who has spent so many years in Australia in the off-season competing down under, trying to not only get better as an overall athlete, but specifically with the ski paddling, because that is one of the things the Aussies have always been known to do exceptionally well. And the white cap from Monmouth, Matt Nunnally, he's trying to make up a few steps on Kevin Fink from Long Beach. Fink in the pink cap. Nunnally probably has the most competitive experience in this field, a member of national teams around the world for decades, but Cooper Halligan has all the experience he needs. This is a foregone conclusion, it seems. Brian Murphy going to try to come up on Tom O'Neill if he can for second. I mentioned the work Murphy has put in to perfect his surf ski paddling. And that was a great shot of the drive it takes from your knees. Cooper Halligan in front just gets to rest these 18-foot-long surf skis, which are a lot like a kayak, able to pick up the smallest of ocean swells. A few more strokes for Halligan, and he will be this year's national champion. The Destin Lifeguard Service, they've done such a good job over the years of pulling lifeguards from different parts of the world, and that's because of necessity. A small agency that has done a great job of recruiting. Cooper Halligan's going to get to celebrate a national championship in one of the most coveted titles, the Ironman. Brian Murphy at the moment, a couple quick glances. He did enough to pass Tom O'Neill, and that's exactly why Tom O'Neill looked over his shoulder on the last beach run. He was afraid Murphy was going to catch him, and Murphy proved his fears. Brian Murphy not really having to jog that hard because he knows second place is locked up. Third, however, and fourth and fifth. A race is on. Oliver Puttick, a great finish by him. You notice the similar cap to Cooper Halligan. The top two celebrate, but there's going to be a run up the beach for these final placings. O'Neill will get third for Reese Park, and Oliver Puttick will finish fourth for Destin. Matt Nunnally, after all that work, a top 5 performance for him. Almost 3 decades of service on the beach and still able to mix it up with the best in the open category. Tom's with the winner.
The plan was just to smash the ski, smash the swim as hard as I could, and see where I ended up, and obviously still go hard and got my best, I guess.
Were you looking for that distance separation from Brian Murphy on that swim?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping for. I knew he's really good on the ski and board, so I was trying to put a fair bit into him before he could catch up too much.
First time on the East Coast, Virginia Beach?
Yeah, first time here in the States, and yeah, I'm loving it so far. It's really good.
We love having you here. Congratulations, Ironman national champion.
Thanks.